The scratching started as soon as I blew out the candle. It was faint at first, like a nervous animal testing its luck against the door. But as the shadows thickened and the streetlights flickered, the sound grew louder, clawing its way into my nerves. Hours earlier, the neighborhood was alive with the sounds of Halloween. Kids dressed as ghouls, witches, and superheroes darted between houses, their laughter echoing in the crisp autumn air. I had barely managed to empty the last bag of candy into the bowl before the first knock came. One after another, groups of trick-or-treaters appeared at my door, their eager hands reaching out for chocolate and sweets. My jack-o'-lantern grinned warmly at them from the porch, its flickering light a beacon for more candy seekers. By 10 p.m., the rush had slowed. The streets were quieter now, scattered with the occasional wandering group. I shut off my porch light and snuffed out the jack-o'-lantern, ready to call it a night. That's when the scratching began. I shouted through the door, "Sorry, I'm out of candy," expecting the noise to stop. It didn't. The scratching turned into a rhythmic scrape, like nails dragging deliberately against the wood. I hesitated, heart pounding, before peeking through the peephole. What I saw made my stomach churn. Standing on my porch was a clown. Its makeup was unsettling. Not the bright and cheery kind from a kid's party, but something worn and decayed. Cracked white paint stretched across its face, and deep purple diamonds surrounded its hollow eyes. Lines of emerald green slashed through the purple, and a vibrant red nose perched grotesquely in the center of its face. The wig was a tangled mess of crimson curls, too lifelike to be fake. But what froze me was its smile, a jagged grin stretched ear to ear, exposing teeth that seemed too sharp for a human mouth. The clown raised its hand and knocked, slowly, deliberately. My breath hitched as I noticed the object slung over its shoulder, a chainsaw. "Emily?" I said, cracking the door open slightly. My friend had teased me about the clown sightings earlier in the week, claiming she'd prank me. "Very funny," I added, forcing a chuckle. "You really went all out." Before I could finish, the chainsaw roared to life. The sound was deafening, rattling my teeth and sending every instinct into overdrive. I slammed the door, but the clown shoved its oversized shoe into the gap, forcing it open. Its laughter, a shrill, maniacal cackle, rose above the chainsaw's growl as it muscled its way inside. I stumbled backward, tripping over the corner of a rug. "Stop!" I screamed, scrambling to my feet. The clown advanced slowly, savoring my panic. It dragged the chainsaw behind it, the metal teeth carving shallow grooves into my hardwood floor. I bolted down the hallway, slamming a bedroom door behind me. My hands fumbled for my phone, but my fingers were shaking too much to unlock it. The door rattled as the clown banged on it, its laughter echoing through the thin walls. "What do you want?" I shouted, my voice cracking. There was no response, just a rhythmic pounding. Then silence. I held my breath, straining to hear any sign of movement. My eyes darted to the window. It was a straight drop to the bushes below, but I didn't care. I threw it open and swung one leg over the sill when the door burst apart. The clown lunged, chainsaw roaring. I kicked wildly, connecting with its chest. The force sent me tumbling out the window, landing hard on the cold ground below. Pain shot through my leg as I scrambled to my feet, but adrenaline kept me moving. I sprinted toward the street, glancing back to see the clown climbing out the window, its laughter ringing out into the night. Neighbors' houses were dark. Most had gone to bed, their porch lights extinguished. I banged on the nearest door, screaming for help. A light flickered on inside, and I felt a surge of hope, until I saw the reflection of the chainsaw's blade in the window. I turned, and there it was, standing under a street lamp, its head tilted unnaturally to one side. It raised a gloved hand and waved slowly before revving the chainsaw once more. I don't remember how I escaped. The details blur into a chaotic mess of screaming, running, and falling. By the time the police arrived, there was no sign of the clown. My door was splintered, my floors gouged, but no one believed my story about the chainsaw-wielding lunatic. Weeks later, I found a single green strand of hair caught in the window frame. It wasn't synthetic. It wasn't human either,